All right, guys, so we got the insurance registrations, aka deliveries, for last week. We got 4,400 deliveries, marginal improvement from 3,500 the week before. And so far this month, we got 9,500 deliveries. Obviously, we are quite off from 20,000. We are way off from 30,000. It seems like this month we're probably going to get maybe 13,000 to 14,000, hopefully. But let's talk a bit more about deliveries. And actually, one of my subscribers, one of you guys, took delivery of a ES6 yesterday here in Beijing. And of course, with him being in Beijing, I had to set him up with the NIO manager. At first, he was a bit hesitant about getting the car, but his daughter really loved Nomi. So his daughter basically convinced him and his wife to buy a NIO, and as you can tell, they had a very good delivery experience. Very happy, and he's very satisfied with the car as well. And of course, guys, I mean, NIO is one of the best cars to buy, and you guys probably did not know this. I always wanted to make a video about this, but NIO actually got the #1 spot. All right, #1 again for D-Car's summer testing. So the summer testing, they had like a ton of different cars, like 30, 40 different of some of the best cars, whether it's hybrid or EVs, etc., from all different price ranges. And the whole video, and I'll link it down below, it's all in Chinese, but it's like 57 minutes long. They tested from range to performance to the ceiling, how airtight the windows and everything are. And you'll see like some of the cars, like Teslas, they actually get a lot of dust inside the car after driving in the desert. So it was an extensive heat test as well. They tested a lot of stuff, range, performance, moose test, everything, man, everything. And they came out with the conclusion, and I guess the conclusion is the most important part. And the conclusion is that at the price point of 300k RMB and above, upwards to 500k RMB, NIO's ES6 is the best vehicle to buy. And that's not me saying it, that's them after testing everything. Fair and square came out with that conclusion. All right. Not only do you have good safety ranking, you also have great performance via the Moose test, and in their own Moose test, they also got #1 in terms of handling. So, man, that car definitely handles very, very well. And then in terms of AEB, NIO is also ahead of the pack at #1. With so many different metrics, NIO is ahead. So they really hit a home run with this. All right. So if you're in China or in Europe and you're hesitant about getting a NIO or not, don't hesitate. I mean, like, independent testing has proved that this is the best car. Now, when it comes to sales, I mean, they are starting to pick up the pace. More people have come back from vacation right now. A lot of the sales reps are getting much more busy than before. And also, something that NIO likes to do is a lot of different NIO owners that like to go into the stores and sell NIOs, aka NIO user volunteers. NIO has given out a batch of these so-called war uniforms. It's basically just a shirt or a sweater in this case with NIO branding, and it says that you're a NIO user volunteer, and you can wear that and go to the store and try to sell cars. I think the color is a little bit obnoxious, but you definitely stand out. All right, you definitely do stand out. Now, I saw some leaks online that apparently for the rest of this year, there won't be any more further heavy discounts or heavy promotion, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be just fair pricing. Whatever the pricing is now, that's probably what you're going to get. They're working hard on getting rid of inventory cars, and a lot of my referrals, I told them, you know, you should go get an inventory car. Inventory car is excellent. The showroom car is excellent. You get a very massive discount on the showroom car as well. Some of the people that were hesitant here in China, once I told them, hey, you know, just a whisper, you know, it's a secret, you get 24,000 off on showroom cars, up to 24,000. And they're like, whoa, wow. And they're taking a look further. And so that's very good. Now, some of you guys have commented that in some of my previous videos would talk about how these sales reps chat with customers, and battery swap is not put in one of the priority of the topic discussions. And you guys say whether or not it has something to do with the sales reps, but I gotta say it's mostly because there's so much to talk about. All right. There's so much to talk about in terms of NIO, whether it's the service, the community, the battery swap, and then the upgradability, charging. I mean, like with battery swap alone, there's like 9 different things to talk about. And then on top of that, you have all the different things and the product itself and the stats of the product, pricing, promotion. There's so much stuff, insurance as well. So it's just a very big mouthful. And me talking to some of the new managers, I mean, and it's half joking, half joking, we're chatting. It's like sometimes it takes like upwards to an hour to fully explain everything, all right? And, how much is the customer going to absorb, right? That's a question. But then 1 hour, and then you test drive the car. That might take you another 30 minutes. So 1.5 hours to explain everything. And then at the end of the day, and he made this joke, they don't have a license plate permission, then you wasted that 1.5 hours. So, it is tough. There's a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about. And you have to very quickly pinpoint what the customer wants, right? Do they want comfort? Do they want performance? Do they want ease of replenishing charge? Is the car just for daily use? From work to home, that kind of stuff? Or is it going to be used for long distances? Do you have a home charger? Are you capable of adding a home charger? There's so much stuff to talk about. And what is their budget like? All right. Some people come into the stores acting like as if they're going to buy the car, but then their budget is like half of the price of a NIO. And it's just, and it's not feasible for them to waste so much time talking to that one customer when there might be a customer that has more purchasing power or more likely to buy a car. So that's why sometimes they go into stores, they want the customers to take a look at the car themselves more, sit in the car, hold onto it, and not really intrude them that much, and just lightly introduce the car and not be so intrusive. But of course, it does mean that there's so much stuff to discuss and they probably do not know about. And the customer might walk out the store thinking that they know everything about NIO, when in reality they don't know anything, or they only know a little bit, and then they go buy something else, thinking that they know everything about NIO. A common occurrence with this is, of course, people thinking, oh, we know a lot about the car now, but they don't know about battery swap. Or they know this, but not about service. There's just so much to talk about. It's very... what NIO needs is one tool that is capable of explaining everything very concisely and fast and effortlessly. And that will really help out the sales reps. Because every time I go in and try to sell a car, for me, it's basically repeating the same thing about battery swap, how good it is, the upgradability, no battery degradation, all that stuff, and how many swap stations there are. You can go over here and just swap all the way there. The same thing. It gets very repetitive. It gets very exhausting. So that's why you see sometimes the sales reps do not talk about everything, because they just can't, all right? But sales going forward, I do fully expect NIO to get around 13,000 this month, at least 13,000. Hopefully we get 14,000, 15,000. But clearly we are way off from 30,000. That is kind of unfortunate. Let's see how November is going to be. I mean, like, can you believe it? We're at the end of the year almost. November already. Almost November. Deliveries really got to pick up, because if you take a look, in Q4 last year, deliveries saw a massive jump. We got to see the same thing happen again here in 2023. Otherwise, if you see year-over-year monthly declines on deliveries for Q4 of this year, that's going to look very bad. All right, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.